is Lauren, and I'm the director out here at the Eau Claire County Humane Association. Thanks for joining us today. I just wanted to give you some information about our adoption process and some of the pets that we have here available for adoption. If you're considering adding a pet to your family as a member of your family, we really ask that you stop out here at our animal shelter first and take a look at what we have available for adoption. A lot of people don't realize that we have purebred animals often. We have kittens and puppies a lot of times, and we also have animals other than cats and dogs. We take in quite a few rabbits, we take in reptiles, birds, guinea pigs, hamsters, pretty much any domestic animal that is not wildlife. So we really urge you to stop out here first if you're considering adding a pet to your family. And once you arrive here at the shelter, you'll get a chance to look around and see who we have available for adoption. And if you need assistance in finding the right pet for you, our staff can certainly help you with that. We are fortunate enough to get to spend some time with a lot of the animals here, so we can kind of give you some suggestions and some ideas of what we think might work best with your family and with your lifestyle. And that's something that's really important when you're considering adding a pet to your family or to your home, is to make sure that it's the right pet that's going to fit in with your lifestyle and with the other people in your home and maybe even other pets in your home. So we'll help you consider that and make a good decision that way. And then once you've found a pet that you're interested in, the adoption process is pretty simple. We have you fill out an adoption application, and we do have an overnight waiting period on that while we process the application. And then we'll give you a call the next day usually and let you know if we have any questions on the application. And then once everything is worked out, we set up a time for you to pick up the animal. So just a few requirements to adopt an animal. You do have to be at least 18 years old. Certainly we encourage children to take responsibility for their pets and to take that on themselves, but the parents are the ones that actually have to do the adoption. Also, we will ask that you ensure that the animal is going to be spayed or neutered if it isn't already done. A lot of the pets that we have here are already spayed or neutered, but some of them are not yet, and so we would make that a requirement. And then you just have to agree, obviously, to provide a good home for the animal and a permanent home where they can spend out the rest of their lives. So adoption process is pretty simple. And then once you come here to the shelter to actually go through with the adoption and pick up the animal and bring them home, there are quite a few benefits to adopting an animal from our shelter, as you'll find out. Every animal that gets adopted from here is microchipped, and a microchip is a permanent form of identification so that if the animal were lost and it didn't have a collar or tag on, we would be able to track that animal back to you. Dogs go home with a new collar and leash. Cats go home with a collar and tags as well for both cats and dogs. Every animal receives their initial round of vaccinations, tests and treatment for fleas and ticks, internal parasites, pretty much a full health exam before they go up for adoption. And also cats are tested for feline leukemia and FIV. So some real advantages to adopting an animal from a shelter. And our adoption fees and prices range depending on the type of animal you're interested in adopting and whether or not it's spayed or neutered. But all in all, the advantage is that you're getting quite a deal for the adoption fee that we charge, and obviously welcoming an animal into your home for the remainder of its life. So I really encourage you to stop out here at our shelter. You can also view our adoptable animals online at eccha.org. We've got pictures and biographies of all of our available animals. Or just give us a call, and hopefully we can help you find a new pet for your home. Okay, thanks for joining me again here at the Humane Association. My name is Lauren, and I'm the director here at Eau Claire County Humane Association. Just wanted to talk with you a little bit about winter and caring for your pets, because as we all know, winters here in Wisconsin can get very cold, and a lot of times people don't think about the environment that their pets are in and keeping them comfortable over the winter months. So one thing to keep in mind, obviously we prefer that you keep your pets indoors. And if you do adopt an animal from the Humane Association, we actually make that a requirement of the adoption, that the animal is going to be kept as an indoor household pet. But we realize there are some people who aren't able to do that. You know, if they're living on a farm, say, and they have a dog that helps them with the farm work, that type of thing. Or if there's just a situation where the animal can't stay in the house. And in those cases, we just want to make it aware that there are extra steps that you can take to make your pets comfortable if they have to stay outdoors during the winter. For dogs especially, providing a nice warm dog house, and it's best if you can actually raise the dog house up off the ground a few inches, because the ground absorbs a lot of the cool air and can be a very chilly place for the dog to lay. And then also, obviously, some type of bedding in the doghouse. Hay actually works best to provide insulation for the dog, even better than blankets. But if all that you have is blankets, that's you know, just as good too. And cats, we really stress, should be kept as indoor household pets for more reasons than just weather related, obviously. You know, cats are more susceptible to get hit by cars, wander off, get into fights with other animals. So we really encourage you to keep your pets as indoor household pets. But if you can't, just in the winter, keep them in mind and take some extra measures to make them comfortable during this cold season. Well, thanks for joining us again. We just have some advice for you on specifically the holiday season. A few things to keep in mind with your pets. One thing, obviously there's a lot of increased activity around the holiday season, Thanksgiving and Christmas. A lot of visitors and new people in the home, and some pets don't adjust very well to that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Maybe when you have guests over at your house, or if you're going to someone else's house, consider that, and maybe don't bring your pet with you if that was something you were considering doing. But just give them their downtime, and you know, lots of attention for them as well will help too with that. If you're planning on taking your pet with you, like I mentioned, when you go out to visit family or friends, just make sure you check with them first to make sure that it's going to be a comfortable atmosphere for the pet and that there's not going to be too much activity going on. And if it is a situation where your pet may not be very comfortable, you might want to consider boarding your pet while you're out of town or while you're visiting those people, just to make your pet a little more comfortable during that time. Also, something to keep in mind, there are a lot of special holiday treats, alcoholic beverages, chocolate, sweets, that kind of thing that pets are not afraid to get into if given the chance. And just keep in mind that a lot of those things can cause physical harm to your pets, so you want to keep them out of reach from the pets and not overindulge them like some of us do around the holiday season. And another thing to watch out for, plants. There are definitely some poisonous plants that pose a hazard to cats and dogs and other animals as well. And if you do have plants in your home, or if you're bringing special plants into your home for the holiday season, make sure you check up on them and read up on them and get some information to make sure that they aren't going to be poisonous to your pets. One other thing regarding the holiday season and your pets, Christmas trees. Most of us put them up in our homes around the Christmas season, or a lot of us do. And obviously there's a lot of hazards involved with that. You know, they're beautiful things, and we really enjoy them during the holiday season, but make sure to avoid things like ribbons or yarn hanging on your tree. And it's a good idea too, if you do have some active pets in your household, to maybe go with some plastic ornaments rather than glass. That type of thing. Just keep that in mind when you're decorating for the holiday season. So those are just some tips to keep in mind as far as you and your pets go during the holiday season.